it's your buddy Peace and Harmony here with you here today. What are some of the barriers that prevent us from healing? What are some of the things that stop us from healing and moving forward? Well, number one, that would be staying with somebody abusive, like a narcissist, like a psychopath, someone who has manipulated us and someone who has basically kept us at an arm's length in order to help create their supply, fan their supply, be a sort of role to them. And we've realized that in time that the role does not serve us. It's not who we are. And we have this desire to move forward. Well, what are the things that are really holding us back? What are really some of the barriers? Well, for one would be not working on yourself, not giving yourself the time and attention and care that you need, because you are overly addicted or still being gaslighted or brainwashed from this narcissist. The fear of letting go. It can be very difficult to let go of somebody, especially if you've been with them for a long time. You've kind of based quite a bit of your life with them or on them, and they're kind of like the center of your universe. And now you're discovering, this is maybe not so great for me. This is really kind of this is really becoming a poor situation for me. And it's scary. It's the uncertainty. It's not knowing what is on the other side of it that can be so daunting. So of course, trying to work the complete recovery in one day and thinking like, how am I going to do this? It can become overwhelming. So, just that whole feeling of being overwhelmed can also create quite a bit of a barrier. So let's look at some of these items and kind of break them down a little bit here. The fear of letting somebody go. We have so much invested in them. We have placed such an idealized role to them. We have given them undue importance in our life. They are one person. We don't owe them everything and anything. So you have to get rid of that myth. I think it's maybe perhaps a myth that you need to stay connected to them and that you can't distance yourself from them. That could be something that you have to look at and learn how to let go. And it's like, well, how do I? Well, you give yourself permission to say, I'm getting some personal space for myself. I'm getting some personal interest for myself. I'm now kind of backing out of this. This is no longer good for me. And based on these things that I've identified, I now feel okay. I now give myself permission to let them go and no longer need to be entrenched with them anymore. So it's kind of like facing the fear. It's kind of facing, that with a little bit of courage, mustering up the courage and not being so overwhelmed. Overwhelm is caused from it feeling like such a daunting task. It just seems so big. It seems so overwhelming. It just seems like so much. It seems impossible. Yet it's not impossible. You absolutely positively can do it. You can face it. You can do what's required. You absolutely positively can take that first step. The longest journey is made with the first step. So it's even, writing it down. What is that first step? What is it? It's just, what is that very first step that can get you on that path? Maybe it's accepting I need to move on. Maybe it's coming up with the courage. I now have the courage to move on. Maybe it's acknowledging I now accept that this is what I have to do and I can do it. So maybe these are just some initial realizations that you can help you kind of get you off the launching pad and get you into action towards moving towards your goals and where you want to be. And breaking them down into simple steps that you can do on a daily and consistent basis, I think will be very key for you. If the fear has been holding you back, you need to look at that the fear had taken control of you. It had overpowered you for a little bit. So of course it can be scary. It's scary to trust in yourself. It's a new feeling. It's a different feeling. Courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. So, looking at the courage, you want to do it in a safe manner. And, sometimes safety, it goes hand in hand with courage. So it's doing, it's leaving the risky situation and creating a better life for yourself. That's going to come with taking that step facing those challenges one day at a time. And it's never too late to start. There's always a first step, and it's identifying what that first step is and being committed to the result. So you have to trust, and you have to have that faith in your ability to move those steps forward. And you have to be willing to keep those steps in front of you to resolve it. And the longer you keep it a challenge, the longer you keep it a problem, the bigger it's going to become. So it's really necessary to become committed to your end result and take those little baby steps every single day and work towards it. And it doesn't have to be in a painful manner where you beat yourself up and you sacrifice all of your life and you don't have any joy. It's just saying, you know what, now that I know my next steps, I'm going to work these steps every single day until it's resolved. And then I'm free and I'm no longer living under this sort of torture. So you absolutely positively can surmount the challenge one day at a time, taking those steps. Peace and harmony with you here today. Hope these videos help. Please share and subscribe for more great tools, videos, and discussion. Make it a beautiful day.